So have you ever thought about being a camp host? We thought about it a lot as we've traveled around full time for the last 3 years. We often wondered, what it would be like to be a camp host.
We got our first camp host job last summer, in the summer of 2023, at Rocky Mountain National Park, which was a huge score. We had an interview by phone with the hiring department and then with the person who would eventually be our direct supervisor, and seemed to hit it off really well with him, and made our way to Colorado and spent our first summer camp hosting at Rocky Mountain. We were on the west side, so it was quieter, and at Rocky they didn't ask the hosts to clean the toilets, so it was mostly taking care of the campsites, and they were short on rangers, so we also helped out in the ranger station at the campground.
The great thing about Rocky was just the location. Spectacularly beautiful. We were on the west side of Rocky Mountain National Park near Grand Lake, and it was just beautiful. Not quite as busy. Our second camp host gig was down in Southwest Florida.
We were working for a county-run campground that was tents only. There were no RV sites. It was all dry camping. They did have flush toilets, bathrooms, and showers, and numerous group sites and pavilions and lodges that could be rented by groups.
And lots of bugs.
And lots of bugs. So one of the things that we had to do there, which was a little different, was split firewood, because there were lots of downed trees, and the county allowed the maintenance staff there to cut them down, and then we would chop it up using a log splitter and sell the firewood to the campers. But it was very different clientele than Rocky Mountain, because it was mostly local people who came for the weekends. Lots of scout groups and church groups that would come and bring all the equipment, trailers full of equipment. And it was a small campground. There were about 24 sites and numerous group sites and pavilions.
Overall, that was a good experience. A little remote. It was quite a distance into Fort Myers for any kinds of shopping or anything, but we enjoyed it. It was nice on the Caloosahatchee River there, which drains from the, what's the big?
Lake Okeechobee.
Okeechobee, yeah. So that was good.
Check out the link below if you'd like to see our video of Caloosahatchee Regional Park.
Now that brings us to where we are now. We are at Lake Isabel. The La Vista campground is where we are currently working, and we manage La Vista campground and Southside campground, which is where we are right now. This has been a really good experience here. It's really a hidden gem because you're up in the mountains. We're about 30 miles from Pueblo, Colorado, south. So it's about an hour drive in for shopping, but it's on I-25, which is not bad at all. Easy drive into town. Very hot down there and very cool up here in the mountain.
And several differences about this position is this is actually Forest Service property, and it's run by a concessionaire called Explore Us. It's a paid position for me, and with the pay comes additional responsibility. So we have 28 campsites at La Vista and 8 campsites here that we are responsible for 5 days a week. We do get 2 days off. And so it involves cleaning the campsites, as we've shown you, also cleaning the vault toilets. There are no flush toilets here. So the vault toilets, it's just the pedestal and the toilet paper, and we just make sure that the spider webs are kept down and that everything is sanitized at least once a day, and that everything is clean, and as clean as it can be for a vault toilet.
Just make it presentable, because we're campers too, and we want to make it pleasant for our guests here. There's nothing worse, as we've all experienced, in going to a vault toilet somewhere in a national forest or whatever, and it's all stinky and nasty. So we like it to be clean for the guests, and people have really appreciated that.
I think overall, the position of a camp host is not only keeping the facility to the standards that you're directed, but also ensuring and doing whatever you can to make sure that the campers have a great experience. So we love to interact with the campers. We've met so many fun and interesting people. And here at Lake Isabel, we have a lot of local people who come back several times during the summer. So we've gotten to know some of them and share drinks and meals with them. And we just love it. We make some friends, and we're out in this most beautiful place that anybody could ask for in the summer.
So stick around. We're going to show you some of the various things and responsibilities that we take care of on a daily basis here. And this will give you a little insight, and maybe you're interested in doing this too.
And feel free to reach out in the comments if you have any questions about camp hosting. We'll certainly share our experiences with you. We've had all positive experiences. Every now and then you get some meathead that is just not very friendly and cooperative, but you've got to be a people person for sure.
Yeah, you do run into people who wasn't raised right, as we say in the South. Yeah, stick around, hang with us. You ready for another day at La Vista?
I am.
Let me see if you got all the stuff you need. TP.
Many families who come up to La Vista Campground enjoy a campfire. So we have just received a full load, 800 bundles of wood. So we'll sell this to folks. They can self-pay over here in the mailbox, or we also offer to deliver it. And we'll load up the cart with a couple bundles and bring it around and bring it over to their campsite, which they really appreciate. Cover up the phone numbers, but this tells us who's coming in and who's leaving, and it's mid-August and the campground is really slowed down. This was completely full earlier in the season. All right, so let's go check our bathrooms first, and then we'll see who's here and who's not here.
All right.
Check and make sure there's some envelopes, which there are. And then we believe there was somebody up here the other night. We were off, so I'm just gonna check and see if they were good campers and paid, which they did.
162. You're doing a fine job, ma'am.
Thank you.
One of the tasks that we have as camp hosts is obviously cleaning the sites, wrecking the sites, removing debris, limbs. Campers tend to get a little carried away with the limbs, trying to burn stuff. We tell them, everyone, please don't put anything or try to burn anything that's larger than the fire pit. But they don't seem to hear that because we run into this all the time. People literally breaking limbs off of trees, and please don't do that, campers.
Not too bad here.
Not terrible.
Once we get back from our morning run, I take all the envelopes, I open them, count the money, and record everything on our ledger sheet. At the end of the week, it gets reconciled and turned into my boss. So now that our morning run and early paperwork is done, it's time for some breakfast. So it's about 11:30 now, and we've caught up on paperwork and had a little breakfast, cleaned up the rig a little bit. And now it's time to go see if the people who are scheduled to leave today either have or are on their way to leaving. So if they're not apparently getting ready, we'll just give them a gentle reminder that checkout is at noon. And we'll check the sites, make sure the fire pits are clean, trash is picked up, and so forth. So come along with us. I'll take that, and then you can put that on your post there.
And you can have that back.
Thank you. You are all set. Now we're here on our midday fire pit cleaning run. So usually it's not too bad as long as people don't put trash and food in them. Always want to make sure that the logs are out, that they're not still hot. Get up any residual paper, beer cans, tin foil, and the like. That one's not bad.
One of the reasons we like to do a good job on this, besides the fact that that's part of our job description here, is we're campers too. And nothing's worse than pulling into a campground and you go and you want to have a little fire, and you go to the fire pit and it's full of someone's trash. That is just really nasty and unnecessary. So good campers, thank you for not leaving a mess, but we believe in keeping it nice.
Leave it the way you found it, or better.
Preferably better. But what Martha's doing now is just giving it a quick hit with the rake. It just looks nice when you pull up. Is camp hosting for you?
We hope we've given you some useful information about what various camp host responsibilities are. Our advice to you is, if you're thinking about it, consider where you want to be, the responsibilities for each position, and the number of hours that you'll be required to work. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below and hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, happy camping.